And I remember at the time there was a French senator, because I was in the board, but I was not, I didn't have any position. And that French guy said, now it's time to shed your humbleness aside. You have to become president. Me? How can I become president? Go for it. You have to go now, because otherwise that school is gonna close, collapse, and nothing's gonna come out of it. And because of that, so France is very happy, and as a consequence, I was decorated by France. First, they made me officer in the Palmes Académiques, and 5 years later, I'm a chevalier de la Légion d'honneur.
Excusez-moi.
Ouais, excusez-moi, je suis chevalier de la Légion d'honneur.
Impressionnant.
Merci beaucoup. So I was decorated twice for that, and but mainly from France for that dedication. To go back to university years, one thing that was also very interesting is that I learned Armenian there. I went to Armenia,
at Harvard.
At Harvard.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I wanted to learn Armenian. It's very interesting because I noticed, for me, this is the best book, is the course. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist because everything is online. I still have a copy here. I should have a copy. This is actually, you know what, you give me goosebumps. This is, of course, a new one. I love that book.
Course of instructions.
The course of instructions. So these are all the courses you can have at our.
We used to have these all printed. They don't have this anymore.
No, they're not printed.
And it gives all the courses of the university.
Yeah.
And I'm looking right now for the record, 1999 to 2000. So obviously you.
Yeah, mine. I don't know where mine from 1975 I was class of 79. I don't know where those books were. Maybe I might have kept it somewhere.
So basically, you're looking at the course of instructions.
I'm looking at all the courses. I took everything I could take. I was really frustrated that I couldn't take more than, because you were limited to 4. You could take 5. I wanted to take 6 courses, and then I stumbled and found that it was Armenian courses, ancient, modern, whatever. So
there were actual professors teaching courses. Formal courses.
And apparently I found out later. This was said by Bernard Coulis, that Thompson, who was the professor, the chair, has actually learned Armenian at Louvain University here, in a faculty where Coulis is teaching.
Okay.
Bernard, he's teaching Krapa, he's teaching ancient Armenian.
Okay.
And the funny thing, though, and as a side story, the funny thing is that he had an assistant, and I still have all my course is interesting. His assistant was an Armenian teaching, and we're 3 in the class, 2 Americans and 1 Armenian. So to learn
speaking Armenian.
Speaking Armenian.
Okay.
Reading and writing.
And these Americans want to learn to speak Armenian.
But the idea was, I guess, to study ancient books, whatever.
Okay.
Which meant that I had the worst grades. Why? Because you're an Armenian learning Armenian, this is not an academic approach. Because you're doing this for ethnic reasons. Yeah. You're not doing this for academic reasons.
Is that the explanation they gave to you?
No, of course not. Of course not. But an American who learns Armenian because he has to study an ancient book and wants to learn and understand how to. This is really an academic approach, a purely academic approach. Whereas mine was for my own, personal, let's say, advantage.
Because at this point, you didn't know how to speak Armenian you didn't know how to speak Armenian.
I didn't speak Armenian.
So for you, it was going to Harvard. It was an opportunity to actually also
start learning
your language. Yeah.
And it was very funny that I found out only like last year or 2 years ago that my sister, who went to BU, she did 2 years of Armenian. Said, Patricia, you did 2? How come I never knew this? So she learned for 2 years Armenian. Yeah. So I learned there, but and I did a full year, and so you could do only 1 semester.
And you did.
But I would continue, and my worst grade, I had a C in that course. I remember, why of all courses, everywhere I had A's or B plus was the worst, and in that course I had a C. It was my only C throughout my whole Harvard.
It was a 4-year program, Harvard. You went.
Yeah, for your college,
for your bachelor's degree.
Bachelor's degree, undergraduate was
Okay.
the 4 years,
Right.
the standard, freshman to senior.
And what did you take? What area were
It was
you in?
economics.
Economics. Okay.
I want to do I wanted to do psychology for a while, and in the end I didn't. I found it too hard.
Why did you choose economics?
It had this reputation as being the guts, the easy major. But I was interested. Honestly, it was interesting. Economics was an interesting major. I thought of psychology, but for the rest, I didn't have much.
Was there an intention, for a career path that you were thinking?
Yeah,
about?
obviously, yeah.
Which was what?
I thought, my father was in the diamond business. I thought I'll continue in diamond
So
business.
you knew very early on that you would be continuing your father's diamond business?
Yes, that I wanted to, because I thought at the time it was easy money. It was easy to make money, and I thought, it would be easy to work there and
Was that
earn a living.
your passion? I mean, would you
No.
would you say that was your calling?